Okay, time for Sense Fortress. Alright, so like I said, I've been playing a sorcerer in my off time. So this may be a little weird to get back into. I'm just gonna come right over here. 8. Oh, I missed him. Sorry, I'm kind of doing this on autopilot just because I assume that you've killed these guys so many times now that this is not going to be in any way a problem. You can get chain backstabs on them though, where once you get the backstab, if you kind of stay locked on and start to move around them as they get up, because they'll kind of turn as they get up, then as soon as they fully recover, you can just backstab them right again a second time. So there is a consumable soul hidden here. Um, at certain points, it's going to be worth it to switch to a shield that has better lightning reduction. So you can see the lightning here. Ours has very bad lightning if you're using this one. So the wooden shields have really good lightning reduction. Yeah, it's the best one. I won't switch to it now because we're still gonna have sword guys, but as long as you keep moving here for the most part, you're gonna be fine. There's the one lizard up there who's gonna throw lightning blasts at you as you try to walk across, and then there's the swinging pendulums that are going to be a bit of a bother, I guess. They're not that big a deal. But you don't, obviously, you don't want to fall. If the fall doesn't kill you, everything that's down there will. And that is tar, so you can't walk through it. It'll be like walking through the swamp in Blighttown. I find it easier to see if I just angle my camera down a little bit. I can tell where they are a little easier. These ones you just walk through both. Do one, and then walk through both of them at the same time. He'll come to you, and you can just block, swing, block, swing. If you're feeling spicy. Oh, can't block the headbutt. Oh, can't block it all. Oh my god, 2 partial parries in a row. It's not looking good. He can't fall off though. Whoop, goodbye. He also bled out. They are susceptible to the bleed of the Uchigatana. Just take your time with the pendulums. That's really all there is to those. They're not exactly the biggest threats in the game. So I am going to switch to the wooden shield for the higher lightning reduction so that I can block these attacks without taking too much damage. So you want to walk up and let them swing. We'll walk through 2 and then we'll sit in the middle for a second and then come all the way up. And similar thing, you can actually just push her back to that platform. Oh, I didn't realize I was getting grappled. I might be dead here. Oh no, alright. And I triggered the trap. So, very clean run so far. Again, right here on the side you can see the chain. So when it's curled like that, it's a normal chest. I mean, obviously you can just hit them, but when it's curled, it's a normal chest. I'll show you the difference when there's a mimic. So we get some more large Titanite shards. It might even be worth it just to come up this far, make it to here, get these shards, and go back to Andre, because you should be able to do, yeah, you should be able to do +8 with that, or +7 if you didn't get up to 7, or whatever the case may be. I think it's 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, I think is how many you need. I will switch back to my normal shield though. Um, so he is completely passive, so you can ignore him. But there's also something you can get him to do for you. Get him to walk out a bit. Just keep your shield raised, walk around behind him, and just sit right up against this wall. There. He just needs to do that thrust, and as long as you're close enough to the wall and he's close enough to the wall when he does the thrust, he will break the wall for you. So, I mean, obviously you can just wait until you get up to the top and change the boulder contraption. Oh, he fell off. But I'm going to come out here. Let's talk to old Big Hat.
Yes, I am Logan.
Yeah, I can't see that.
I have a bright idea.
Sure.
This place is melting.
You're free.
Oh, heaven. And I'd love to, but I must log a few things.
He'll return to Firelink. So he sells sorceries. So, good to unlock if you're doing that. I mean, good to unlock anyway, because, you know, he's a pretty cool guy. But that's the easiest way to do it, is just let the snake break the wall. We'll get this consumable soul. The master key will open these, so you don't have to wait until you go all the way up to the top and get that key. I know that looks like you'll fall through, but you won't. Out of curiosity. Yeah, I guess it is. Sure. You can see. Is that on? Yeah, it's Andre's tower there. There's where we came in. You can't see the giant, can you? No. But if you can't get him to break the wall, or if you are struggling or don't want to deal with having to be hit by him, you can just wait until you get the boulders and you can turn them around and have them break it for you. So here, just wait till he gets run over. You can kind of just sit in this doorway. And just let him get bowled over. Goodbye. Then we can come out here, just to this little nook. The ball will just miss us. And then as soon as it passes, we're going to run. Come up to here. We'll go through the fog wall and turn around. It's interesting. She's not following. She is very intent on throwing lightning. I'm going to ignore her and hope that doesn't come back to bite me. So we'll bait this guy out. Easiest way is to just let him walk to you. He won't trigger the trap because he's walking on his tiptoes. Come in here, let him kind of straighten out so he's in the middle of the hallway, and then just activate the trap. Split. And he's dead. She's really not coming for me. That's weird. And then we'll come up here, we'll wait. So we see the boulder run up. And then after the broken pillar, drop down. He'll drop down onto her. Kill her. Drop? No. Get the soul. No. Three and black sorcerer stuff. Go up on this. So that leads up to the contraption. This is... Oh yeah, it's just an elevator. Yeah. But if you take the elevator from this level going up, you'll hit the spikes. You can see the spikes there. You can jump on it very quickly as it's going down, but it's easier to just do it this way. So we'll come up here. So we'll turn it so it's just knocking it outside, because that's just a fall. And we'll go down, and this will lead back the way we came. So they'll, yeah, there she is. We'll do a plunging attack. And then kill her. We'll come in here. You did do it, bud. She is stuck to me. We'll get the ring of steel protection. It boosts general defenses, so if for whatever reason you don't have good rings, that can be nice. Boosts defense versus physical attacks, so, you know, it's fairly substantial. It's not bad at all. It might be worth it over the wolf ring. You can try it out and see how it feels. So then we're going to drop down. You can see the item. We'll drop down onto that. And we'll drop down again. So theoretically these lizardmen will be dead. If you die and reload the area, I think sometimes they might be alive. But if you fall down all the way back here, you won't pull them right away. There'll be one right next to Sigurd. There'll be one right here. Or Sigurd, Sigmire, whichever one this is. There's one in here and one in Dark Souls 3. And then there'll be another one down here closer to the end. Just watch you don't pull both. Just get this one's attention and have him come back down to here, so you can fight him in here and not risk hitting him. Oh!
I am Siegmeyer of Catfight, honestly. Or a ball, to be precise. So here I sit in quite a pickle, weighing my options, so to speak. Perhaps I could try some rolling.
Perhaps.
No chance. Perhaps I could try some rolling. Bah.
Anyway, you can just exhaust his dialogue. He's one of the more difficult quest lines to complete, just because it's finicky. That's the most difficulty with this game's NPC quests. It's just they're really finicky. And some are just ridiculously convoluted, but you know, that's the way of Dark Souls. I'd say Dark Souls 3 is even worse. The quest lines are so much better, and they're really, really engaging, but they're really hard to pull off correctly. I've only done it maybe once where I actually completed like the majority of the quests. Anyway, wait till that rolls down again, because it will. So here we're going to jump off instead of running around, just to save that time, so that we don't get hit by another ball coming down behind us. And then we're just going to stand here so that we can see this pit and this wall. And we're just going to wait for a minute. So you can see it's now full. So that hole is filled up with boulders. And we'll see the next one roll down and break the wall. So as soon as it rolls, we're going to run out, grab this, and oh, whoa. Hi. I was not expecting to see you here. So that's kind of special. I don't know if they changed how these things spawn or what happened, but I've actually seen way more of these than I've ever seen in my life. I went a really long time without ever seeing a Revenant. Revenant? What's that called? I think that's right. I can't really remember. I don't even really know what they are, to be honest with you, or how they fit into the lore or anything, but I think you have to be online, you have to be human, and they'll spawn randomly in random places. They're just kind of like these weird little special guys that pop up out of nowhere. Obviously, I was very much not expecting some random magic attack to fly at me when I came in here. Not something you'll have to worry about when you come in here. There's usually nothing in here. You just have to watch that these boulders, as they roll around. You grab that item and run right over here as soon as you get it. But yeah, they're strange little guys. So after it rolls by, we'll just come out and come back in here. If for whatever reason you do get hit by a boulder and fall down this hole, there's a ladder to come back up. So we'll come in here. I'm going to top off. If you're playing online, some people may warn you or try to bait you. But let's check this chain. So this chain, you can see, is laying forward, not in that coil. So this one is a little suspicious. So you can just swing at them while they spawn, and then just watch yourself. The biggest thing to watch for is that attack he just did, where he kind of swings with both arms, because that's the grab, where he will just grab you and chomp you to death. But they're not that hard to deal with. Their biggest problem is not knowing where they are, and then overconfidently running up to a treasure chest to figure out what's in it, and then getting destroyed. So here's that elevator. So we'll grab on it here. So, it warns you. You can see all the blood. We'll get off here. Be quick when getting off, because it will only stop here for a brief period of time before throwing you up into the spikes. You can kind of see it as it comes up. Stops for, like, you can see it doesn't even really stop. It just slows down. So just make sure you roll off it right away when you get to this part. Whoop, wrong way. So now we're back here. So you can push it this way and have a roll down and break that wall, and then you can go get Logan and the soul and all that if you didn't use the Snake Man to break the wall. You just turn it that way. We just don't want them going down here. That's really all. We'll just turn it away from here. We'll come in here. And, the only reason that this would kill you is if you're super overconfident and running through. So just step, back step. That easy. Step, back step. Yep. Alright. So, best strategy here is to just walk out, raise your shield, walk out. As it passes, just kind of walk right up against it, so that you're as close as you can be. Wait for it to swing, run, and run all the way through. That's all. Kind of want him to fall off. Goodbye. Fall indeed. Yeah, top again. I'll come up here, kill her. She's just gonna roar for a second and get some hits in. She has very little poise. Just watch that grapple attack that I got hit with, that first one that I saw. Just watch that her hand's not coming up to grab you. Because she can grab you even if you have her shield raised. These can be kind of difficult fights with these ones here just because it's close quarters. But, you know, you can always let them bounce, walk around, and theoretically get a backstab. Or, you know, at least a hit on them. Grab this. So when you're doing any farming, something to keep in mind, and something I probably should have told you a while ago, is that you can actually see you have an item discovery stat. And that's literally a skill for discovering items. So things that affect that are specifically one ring that increases that stat and the number of humanity that you have active. So that's the number up in that corner. So the 1, you want at least that 1, because that's the biggest boost, is having at least that 1 soft humanity consumed, so you have that item discovery increase, because I believe it's normally at 100, and having the 1 puts it up to that 150, and then it's diminishing returns after that pretty, you know, in a pretty big way. So it's good to have that 1 humanity consumed. It's a little bit of a risk, because if you die, you run the risk of losing it if you don't get your blood stain back. But, you know. So we've got Lightning Lady here. Might just see what I have for projectiles and fire bombs. Oops. Oops. Unlike Dark Souls. Oh. Unlike Dark Souls 3, you can't move while you're winding up that shot. Oh. It's gonna hit the wall again. Oh my god. Oh, and again. Okay, so maybe I have some muscle memory from Dark Souls 3, because that's what I last played. No need to make a big deal about it. Yeah, in Dark Souls 3 you can kind of move while you're throwing that shit. There we go. That's probably the easiest way of doing it, just to get rid of her. Just because it gives you time to just slowly walk out here. So you can see that's that one that we had to run against. So that's where we came from. We came up those stairs and around. You can see down there, that's where we started from. So you can see there are items on like rafters, there are items down below in the tower. You know, that's things that you can explore too. Jacob actually mentioned the hidden ladder that you can climb up to kill the giant who opens the gate. That's something you can do. Obviously you can get on top of that somehow. Oh, from the very top. I know how. So we'll come up here again. So you can literally see where they hit, right? Like you can see anytime there's a pendulum, it shows where it's going to hit with the chunks that are taken out of the walkway. So you can just make sure that you're not against those, and you're going to be fine. So here we're going to let it swing, walk through both, stop in the middle, let it swing, and walk through to the end. It's that easy. So there's a pressure plate here and here, so you can just walk around it. It'll shoot out from down there. So if you do walk on it, just make sure that you're aware that it's coming from over there. So we're going to come out here, and then unlike Jacob, we're going to know where the bonfire is. So we're just going to walk up, and walk up. You don't need to run. Take your time. He's not that good. And then immediately fall down the Serpent hole here. Oh. Hello. Alright, and we were Bonfire. So I'm gonna level up. Yeah. You can kindle this one. I don't know, I don't think it's worth it. The boss isn't very difficult, and you'll get another one fairly quickly after. So this drops you back down where we came from with the 2 pressure plates. So now we want to be a little cautious, because we're going to make the whole run this time. But as long as you keep moving, he's not going to hit you. So just keep going, up the stairs, around. I'm not even going to bother with these items right now, just because I want to keep moving, keep going. So any time you see like that black spot on the ground, you're in a place where he can hit you with those rocks, and he actually can hit you there too. I don't think I saw any blackened spot, but he can hit you right there. Yeah, as you can see. There's the Balder Knight down there. He won't bother you if you don't bother him. Come out here. There's a shortcut here that you can unlock. We'll come up here. You want to keep moving because he can hit you on this walkway too. No, you can't see the blackened spot there. Keep going, there's the field. Oh, he's gonna run like a baby. Titanite shard. Come in here, and this is where the giant is. He's not that hard. You can just come on out. Watch his feet. When he raises the foot, stay away from it. Oh, you can see there he bled out. The Uchigatana bleed got to him. Watch the hand swing. He'll kind of turn as he does it, so just keep that in mind. Slam. And he's dead. He will do a crazy ballistic tantrum, so it's not a bad idea if he does that to just come down here. Just watch it, because if you don't go too far, he can clip you through these walls. Or, you know, if he's facing this direction, maybe just come hide over here or whatever. You know, can pop the little chocolate eggs. Titanite chunk, that's very good. That's what allows us to go from +10 to +15 on our weapon. So that's very good to have. So over here, so we can see, this is a really cool scene. See a lot of the architecture, you can see the outlying lands, you can see a guy, you can see some more of the fortress, you can see the boss of the level, which I just think is really cool. It's small, it's stupid, but it's a cool detail that, you know, the sentry that's watching the means of reaching the city of the gods, you know, you see him. Just the imposing statue over there. And, you know, right there is where you fought the gargoyles, and that's the bell tower. That's Andre's tower there. It's just, you know, it's neat. So right here is a summon sign for Iron Tarkus, who is an absolute beast. I don't know that I'd suggest summoning him to do the general stuff. And, I mean, I wouldn't say that I don't recommend him for the boss, but the thing with Tarkus is that he's such a god that he can beat this boss by himself. And I say that as an exaggeration, but he literally can beat this boss by himself. So after I kill the giant, I do my exploration, because you don't want to be hit by all those boulders. So if you stand to this side, start running, and do your jump right at the end, you'll be fine. come in here. We see a Baronique Knight, but this one will talk to us.
But you think you do?
We can handle it.
So,
He sells things like black fire bombs and green blossoms, which are great. He sells shards. There's another NPC that'll sell these for cheaper. I mean, you can tell, like, Andre sells them for 800 souls, he sells them for 1,000. So there are other NPCs that'll sell these for cheaper, but if you did want to bump your weapon up even further before going to in Orlando, he can sell you some to give you that boost. He sells a great sword, great axe. The Balder shield is one of my favorites. In fact, I think I will actually buy it here. It's 100% block shield. There's the tower shield as well. He sells some arrows and bolts. He sells the Katarina armor, which is, great, and the Baronique armor and the Balder armor. And then a couple of pretty much completely useless rings. Unfortunately, he doesn't sell the side sword, but if he did, I feel like I'd fall victim to that way too many times. So we'll come down the stairs. I will show you my farm spot for that, in case you want to do some farming for it. It'll give you souls and shards and armor and stuff too, so if you just wanted to farm it for a while before moving on, it's a good spot just to kind of mess around in for a while. So she's gonna run to you, come around. Yeah. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. She can drop the Flamberge, which is those twisted swords that she's wielding. Pick up the key. So that's what allows you to unlock, what are we doing? Is that the one that unlocks slogans? I'm actually not sure. I think that's the one that unlocks Logan's cage. If you don't happen to have the master key. But yeah. So I have him. Whoa! Almost just fell off. I'm just gonna roll off down here. So I picked up the Covetous Gold Serpent ring when I saw the Revenant or Remnant. I don't even remember what they're called. So this boosts your item discovery. So you can see it goes from 150 to 350. So that's a huge boost to item discovery. So right over here is where I farm for the side sword. So you come down here, there's one guy here. Oh, improper elevation to get the riposte. Shard. And there's this guy. Oh, see? Good stuff, though. So we get Flamestone Plate here. So yeah, I just farm those two over and over and over again until I get it. Sometimes it drops immediately, sometimes it takes forever, but they do have a slightly higher chance of dropping it, and this is where you get the Covetous Gold Serpent ring, which makes it so much easier to get it. But it's, you can see, there's the giant dropping the boulders. And you can get up to him and kill him. But yeah, like, you can tell that that's like a pretty easy spot. Because after you get to the bonfire, you come down here, you come out, you just go, you kill those two, you come back up here. Yeah, you run up here, you drop back down to the bonfire, you get down there, you go, you kill those two again. It's a pretty mindless farming spot. So grab this. It's the same thing as the one in the tower, or in the cathedral. Just let him swing and hit him. He'll kind of leash back. He doesn't want to walk too far up this hallway. And you can tell he'll do that. He'll raise his shield and just walk backwards. He, like the other one, is also, gonna try to chug Cestus, which gives you the perfect chance to kill him. Alright, we'll kill Ricard. Just mind him. He can... He has a quick moveset, and he can get a lot of attacks in very quickly. So we just want to... Just want to keep up that swipe it and raise your shield. Yeah, and then you blood out there. We'll pick up Ricard's rapier. And grab his things. Rare Ring of Sacrifice, which is the only one that I actually use in a playthrough, and then the Divine Blessing that I almost never use. So Ricard's rapier is actually pretty good. It has a good scaling in dexterity, but you don't get that bleed effect. But the R2 is this kind of rapid succession attack, and if you press it and then press it again, it'll do quite a lot of hits all at once. So if you buff this and then use that double R2 move on an enemy, it can do just a ridiculous amount of damage. But, you know, like I said before, thrusting weapons aren't really my cup of tea. I just don't really like being... I don't like not having access to a wider variety of move types. You know. Yeah, that pretty much takes care of that. So we can use the cage key to open the shortcut to the bottom of Sen's fortress. So I'll do the full thing just because I would recommend doing it. Actually, hold on. Not yet. I'll put that on, why not? So we can open this with the cage key. We'll hop on in. And this brings you all the way back down. So it's good to lock onto him, raise your shield, and walk out and backwards, because she's up there and she's going to throw the lightning. Hiya! And we'll come back out. She will be firing lightning at you the whole time. Through 2. Through 1. You can't get through that one too, but you don't have to. We'll come down here. These two snake men are both alive again. So keep that in mind, just run down the middle. You can kind of wait if you want, and then hit this. Come to the side, just so that they all miss. We'll run, we'll run. They're chasing me. They're chasing me. Come around. We'll go see Andre. Hiya.
Well, use need.
Anything forged? I do, in fact. So I will max out that katana. Chatel's kind of interesting. Pretty limited reach and not the best of scaling, but it can hit through shields, which is kind of neat. The lightning spear is fine. As you can see, it doesn't have any scaling because it's lightning, so the lightning strips away all of its scaling and just makes it deal quite a lot of the physical and lightning damage. There are things that are quite weak to lightning, so it can be kind of nice to have, but you know, it's not exactly the strongest weapon in the game by any stretch of the imagination, but it might be worth checking out. Lightning used to be absolutely bonkers broken, and this was huge, and then they nerfed it into the ground because it was just way too good. Which I think I might just... Okay. So that's all I need from Andre. I got my plus 10 inch katana, which is beautiful because going into Anne Rolando with that. So if you just don't rest at this bonfire when you come back to Andre, just Homer Bone. And we're back here. Saves the run back. Alright, so now it's time for the Iron Golem. I'm trying to decide which I want to do. Fight him by myself to show you what that looks like, or fight him with Tarkus. Maybe I'll fight him with Tarkus. And I'll show you how much of an absolute unit that man is. And then it's up to you to decide if you want to try and fight him by yourself, or just summon in Tarkus and let Tarkus for you. I would compare it to the Moonlight Butterfly with Beatrice, where Tarkus will kind of just do the boss for you, and you just kind of have to exist. But I'd say it's even more than... Oh, it's a good drop. I'd say it's even more than that, because in the Moonlight Butterfly fight, you still have to make sure you're dodging and paying attention to stay alive. With this, with Tarkus, you can literally just stand in a corner and watch. And you don't have to worry about anything. If you want to see me do the fight solo before you do it, just let me know, and I'll just get here on another character and do it again. It's not really that big not that difficult for me, which is, yeah, a bit of a flex. Also, I have my spellcaster who's standing outside of Sun's Fortress right now. It might be a little more funky because that's not a build that you're doing, but you know, you'd still see what it's like to fight it by yourself. It's not that difficult. Okay, boy, let's go. Come on. So we'll walk in. Just kind of mind yourself. That can knock you right off if you're not paying attention. We're just going to let him walk up until he's no longer on that little bridge, and Tarkus is here. We'll roll through his legs, and we'll come back here. He almost jumped off. Oh, Tarkus? Okay. Interesting. Tarkus. If you fall off, oh my god. Please, Tarkus. Oh god, Tarkus. Oh god, Tarkus. Please, buddy. Okay, I got his attention. Okay, he's staggered. You got this. Okay, you knocked him down. Oof. Tarkus is really not, I mean, like me in this whole thing, he's not really showing the peak of his ability here. But, you know, you can see how much damage he deals to this thing versus how much I'm dealing. And it's dead. Tarkus is a bit of a boss. He can get caught in this kind of hilarious loop where the giant has the golem has a grapple attack. So like him and Tarkus will kind of have this endless loop where he'll grapple Tarkus, throw him to the ground, Tarkus will stand up, try and swing at him, miss, and get grappled again and get thrown to the ground. That's a good time to intervene. Just go up and hit the giant so it focuses on you for half a second and stops that loop. It might not happen, but sometimes it does. And obviously you want to watch, I don't know how, honestly, like it was literally just this tiny little ledge that was keeping Tarkus from falling off. He even ended up on top of it multiple times. Okay. So you have quite a lot of souls from this boss, so you can go back to that bonfire. This isn't going to go anywhere. You can go back to the bonfire, rest, and use your souls, or you can just head to Anne Orlando right away. It's up to you. We got Batwing Demons. Or skinny dragons, as Julia called them. So that'll take us up. You can see Duke's Archives up there. And the beauty that is in Orlando. I don't know that this still has the same effect for people who play it for the first time. I do wonder what it's like for a person now playing this game who hasn't seen this before and then comes here for the first time and just gets this moment of looking out and seeing this view. Because I can tell you, doing this the first time, this was mind-blowing. Seeing this castle and all these outlying little, you know, cathedrals and homes and architecture, seeing the archives up there, like, this was really cool. The sun setting in the background, like, you come from kind of the poison and the blight and the death and the hollows of down there, and you come up here and you're not expecting this kind of gorgeous sight. You don't really have to worry about these guys. They won't mess with you if you don't mess with them. You can fight them whenever you're ready. And if you do, just approach them from this side so that you pull one at a time. If you go up the middle, you will pull both. Make sure he comes back far enough that you're not going to pull the other one when you dodge. Hiya! Oh. Watch for that slam. You can see he just bled out there. So that big damage number was. And so if your attack clips their shields, it's not going to deal damage. But it's not too hard to just get around them. Honestly, the sweeps are the harder part. Bleed, It's like, this is why the Intricatana is so good. Ow. I ran out of stamina to block that. Oh my god. Like I said, the sweeps are the more difficult of the attacks to deal with. But yeah, that's why the Intricatana is nice. It's just that bleed build up is really cool. There's the statue of Ornstein. See? Coiled. It's safe. So I'll level up. Take that. Yeah. So there's the Dark Moonlight here, who is also a Firekeeper, so any of the Firekeeper bonfires are already lit when you get here, because they're the ones keeping them lit, and they give you 10 Estus Flasks. So there's the one at Firelink Shrine, who gets killed by Lautrec. There's the Fair Lady down below, with the spiders, and there's the Dark Moonlight here. And they'll all be able to upgrade your Estus Flask if you have a soul, which actually I think I do, because I got the one in Blighttown. So that's nice. So over there's some giants and more treasure chests, and that leads to the Duke's Archives. Over here, the elevator will always be up when you first come here. Then we got the Gargoyle. He's not exactly the most difficult of enemies. Dark Souls does love to bring back a boss as a regular enemy. Dark Souls 2 loved it too much. Way too much. But in general, Dark Souls likes to do that, just to kind of denote your progression. We'll roll off here. We'll come around and grab these demon Titanites, just in case you want to use a boss weapon. We're coming up on the opportunity to actually use those again, coiled. How many do I have? I only have 2? How is that possible? Did I only just get them? I guess I didn't kill the Titanite demon at Andre. But anyway, so we'll come up here. It's easier if you point your camera as far up as it'll go. It won't ping pong off of all this and throw you off. I've literally walked off to my desk because my camera ping ponged around in there, and it wound up turning my character around. So when you come through here, make sure you roll off of that. If you drop, there's a very good chance that you'll just land somewhere on this and fall off. We'll come in, we'll just walk right here and let him fall down, and then kick him for, you know, good measure. Kill his friend. The knives follow the same rules as I demonstrated with the arrows and the crossbow bolts, where once they're fired, they're on a fixed trajectory for the most part, so you can kind of just step a little to the side after they've been thrown and it'll just whiz past you. So, even in video games, things like this make me super uncomfortable, so I really do hate this section. I take it quite slow. A lot of people just kind of run across these when they're familiar with them, but you can kind of just hold up your shield, let him throw knives, let him come to you, and he'll fall to his death. Come around, chop the chain, and the chandelier will fall down. I don't know how that doesn't kill any painting guardians down there, but you know. Come up here. Same thing, just keep that shield raised. Block the knives. Watch out, as you get hit by knives, as you can see, my character is slowly getting pushed backwards. So you might need to shuffle ahead a little bit as the knives get thrown, just to make sure you don't fall off. He's really throwing knives, isn't he? Hey, buddy. There you go. Lock on, but don't move. Because if you move while you're locked on and he jumps off, it very well may just pull you off. Because you'll change the direction you're walking in as he falls. Oh, he dropped something. This is interesting. The actual enemies that are down there aren't spawned in, but you can see the bodies of the ones that have fallen from up here. Anyway. So we'll come up, same thing. Shield up. Block his knives. Let him run to you. Let him jump to his death. Alright. And now we're free. Alright, come out here first. You're probably fine to just do this now. So, you can come and kill this guy. Uh-oh. Let's have him come out here, because I'm just going to endlessly ping off walls. Yeah. Oh, okay, I see how it is. Uh-oh. Howie. Oh my god, I'm gonna die to this painting guardian. I don't know why his slashes were just straight up melting me, but they were. Don't remember if there's anything down here at all. There is not. So we can come up here and fall off. Come down here, we see the Silver Knights and Guinevere roll through the window. We'll come up here. Now, if this has taught you anything, there was a painting guardian right at the top of those stairs. What are the chances there's one right at the top of these? Oh my god, and I died to him. Okay, so apparently I found my Achilles tendon of this playthrough, which is going to be painting guardians for some reason. Well, on the bright side, I didn't operate the elevator, so I'm going to have to go ahead and do all that again. So, you know, it's good stuff. This do be Dark Souls. He really just, the shield really just doesn't care about that spin move. Okay. And this is what we call a salty run back. Dunk. Hey, listen here. Alright. Watch me fall off. Oh. So that one didn't fall to its death, but it's not that hard to deal with. Oh, these ones are smarter. They all fell off the last time. Okay, let's get my souls. I'm also not going to learn, and I'm not going to go operate that mechanism, thus cursing myself. Oh god. Okay, come on, let's get out of here. I'm not liking these cramped spaces. Oh, wow. A backflip, fancy. What's up? These are mine. Worst part is that all of this is just for a useless divine blessing. And then we'll just go right back to where we were. I'm so glad that I took that detour just to show you nothing. Show me die. Okay, time to operate mechanism. Giant rotating elevator. Top off. Push the lever. Wrong lever. We'll spin around. Watch this guy. It's good to just keep your shield raised here, because he can clip you with that and do a plunging attack on him. Stairs can be helpful. The elevation. How? Stupid tail swing. The turnaround when he does that is so irritating. Oh yeah, watch the lightning breath. I genuinely forgot that was something you needed to watch out for. Yeah, even if you're facing him, when he does that tail swing and you have your shield up, he can sometimes still just clip you around your shield. Like a real cool guy. So below is the painting, below that is the Dark Moon Chamber. I think it's probably best to just start progressing and leave those for later. I mean, wonder how much intelligence that takes. Never mind. I'm gonna go to the painting room first. This one right here. We'll come back out just so that we don't pull all of these ones in here, because they have a wider range when they're facing you, obviously, because they can see further. We'll come around, pull this one. Oh, I have the Ring of Steel protection. I was trying to figure out why I couldn't swing through their attacks in the least. Get that poise back. Okay, alright. Okay, alright. Oh no. Not again. Oh. Oh. I should not be playing this game. Oh my god, I should not be playing this game after the week. Minimal sleep, coming back from work after an incredibly long week. I should not be playing Dark Souls of all games. Yeah, so watch turning your back to them. Maybe don't do that. Jeez. This is usually not as much of a struggle as I'm making it out to be. Okay. Oh, hello. Good God. Why do these painting guardians absolutely rock my shit? Okay. Yeah, how much? So I got great magic weapons, so I need 15 intelligence to use that. So that might be something that you want to pick up. It's just a weapon buff. It does make it scale with intelligence, but it gives it just a good general buff to damage. And with Dex, I think I mentioned earlier, with Dex builds, doing the fast weapon with the weapon buff is usually the way you want to do things. Just because you're getting a lot of hits in. So, you know, using magic weapon on, like, Ricard's Rapier, like I showed you, with the double R2, where you're doing just a whole bunch of thrusting attacks all at once, that can absolutely destroy a boss. But, you know, you can use things like resins, or you can just deal with the pure physical damage of the weapon. So I'm going to rest at this bonfire because I got my shit rocked. And I'm going to spend my souls, and I am going to try and get to that 15 intelligence. It's up to you, but I'm going to try that. You can just keep going into vitality and endurance, and I probably recommend it. I feel like that's going to help you more against Ornstein and Smo than having some intelligence. I'd even suggest maybe stopping at 25 dexterity and just getting your vitality up to 25, and then maybe getting your endurance up to 25. I feel like that's a higher priority. It's also not a terrible idea to upgrade 100. Oh yeah, right. As you can see, it just looks cool. that's the only reason I like the shield. I just think it looks really cool. Just a comparison. Yeah, it actually has worse. Oh no, what am I talking about? It has better stability, so it's going to use drain less stamina from you if you get hit than the heater shield. But yeah, it's a good shield. It's the one that I usually like to use. Okay, so now we'll progress. Oh, Batwing just popped into existence there. So stick to this side. Come up here. That way he'll come, but not the other one. Let him come back. We'll bring him right down. Oh, hey, you. Hey. Stop running away from me. Hey, get down here. Son of a... Just, could you please? Thank you. So once the one's dead, you can kill the other in this area without worrying about pulling multiple enemies. Yeah, so that way is locked, and that's obviously the main door to the cathedral. So we'll head here. Easy. if you stay on the stairs and just walk to here with your shield raised, you can kind of just wait, and he'll do a jump. Maybe. Or maybe not. You might have to keep shuffling down the stairs to keep him at the right angle. Oh my god. What's going on? Oh, there we go, finally. And then he'll jump backwards and fall off. Good god. You can kind of do the same thing with this guy. If you just stay here, he'll just jump off. Okay. So this is the hard part. So you saw Julia struggle with this. This is a notorious issue. This is a notorious problem child. Do I have... So one option is one of the reasons why I bought poison arrows at that merchant 1,000 years ago. I think it's right here. Please let me not just get hit in the face. Spot now. Okay. Keep that for the... Okay, I'm mid-rolling. I'm trying to clip that for a second. Okay, I'll ignore that for the... I'm not even quite sure what's happening there. I think it's that he hasn't loaded in, but I can see the effect. I don't really know what's going on. Okay, so we'll come down here. If you come over here, he'll see you, but the other one won't. The one on that side of the pillar won't see you. Boy, I may just die. I think I might just die for fun. Oh. Oh, one of them fell off. You can get them both to run at this pathway, and they won't be able to both get up, and one will push the other off. Bye. Okay. So you can see our friend the knight, and by friend I mean the absolute asshole. So I'm going to switch to these standard arrows first. Oh, you. To get the angle down. So you want to go slightly to the left of where you're trying to hit. Okay, I hit him. Please tell me he can't hit me from here. Oh, he so can. Okay. Okay. Seem to be hitting him with his arc. Let's hope these have the same arc. Okay, so you can see I got the poison building up on him. So if I come back here, he won't get aggroed on me when I hit him with arrows. And he'll just slowly die to poison. This is a pretty decent strategy. I'll actually probably message you and just tell you to get the poison arrows so that you don't get all the way to here and then realize that you don't have them and then this be the best way of dealing with them. I'm not saying that this is the best way of dealing with them. Honestly, in my opinion, the best way is just running up there, making sure you dodge roll the arrow if he shoots one at you while you're standing in front of him. Get close enough till he switches to his sword, and then parry him and stab him in the face. That's the best way of doing it. And I might honestly just go up and do that now that I've shown you how to do this. So you just want to stand back here, make sure you have regular arrows to gauge the arc, slightly to the left, and then just ridiculously high up. But yeah, you can't just keep hitting him with poison. Once the poison runs out, toss another couple arrows at him, he'll get poisoned again, and just keep doing it until he dies. Oh jeez, thank God there's a lip there. And then, yeah, so let's see if I can embarrass myself. So they're both going to shoot at you when you run up here, that one over there and this one over here. Watch, sometimes they clip on that rail, sometimes they won't, they'll pass right through it, so watch yourself. Wait till one hits, and then come around. You don't have to run, you can just walk around, walk. As you walk up, I mean, like with all arrows, once he shoots, it's going to follow that trajectory. Switch to my shield, roll it, hold the shield, hold the shield, hold the shield, switch to his sword. Parry, stab him. I mean, he was still dying to the poison while I was up here. Watch, just be careful that he doesn't clip. Oh, geez, he didn't die. That was a shock. That was the camera angle. What is happening? Jeez. Oh. Oh my God. I gotta stop at this bonfire for tonight. This is obviously not the night to play Bonfire. To play Bonfire. To play Dark Souls. As you can see from all these bloodstains, this is a hard part. If this takes you a while to get right, don't feel bad. This is a really hard part of the game. Like so hard that it is notorious. Like, everybody knows about the Silver Archers of Anne Orlando. Silver Knight Archers of Anne Orlando. Everybody knows about them. Like, this is a notoriously difficult part, a notoriously, like, mean part that they put in the game. Like, Miyazaki was just being a particular, nuisance when he added this part to the game. He didn't have to do this. He could have just put that one over there and not put one here, and it would be much easier. Once you got to the top, you'd be fine. But no, he put another one here just to be an absolute, monster. I'm going to come over here. I wouldn't suggest it. Also, he realized the reason why I was dealing... I wasn't dealing any damage when I parried him is because I didn't have my weapon in my hand. So I riposted him with my fist. That's why he got up twice. I did not expect that. But I never actually switched back to my weapon, so I'll keep my shield raised. I bet I can probably embarrass myself here. Oh no, the elevation. Okay. That works. I don't even really remember what this is. A chunk? Oh, a soul of a hero. I could have guessed it was a consumable soul. Not really worth the risk of dying to that guy to go get, but just so you know it's there. You can always come back to it if you needed a little chunk of souls. So, like, once you fall off this, you can't get back up this way. You have to go around the other way, the other bonfire. There you go. You did do it, bud. Alright. I mentioned before, but I'm seeing a lot of phantoms. And I saw quite a few summon signs. I'm actually really surprised how many people are playing. I don't know if it's just because Elden Ring is coming out in 2 weeks and people are just playing Dark Souls because they're, you know, they're getting pumped for it. That's kind of why I started playing again and why I was playing Dark Souls 3 most recently. I played through all these games again just to kind of, just because. Super excited for Elden Ring. We'll talk to our great friend Solaire.
Anytime you should give lessons.
Don't worry, bud. I'll summon you. I don't know for what, but I'll summon you. So I'll light this fire. Maybe I'll just do opening the door to Ornstein and Smo for this, and then I'll start again with Ornstein and Smo. Feels like I'm baiting myself, but I am going to do this. I need to get attunement to get another slot too. I might just consume a bunch of souls right now. I have just a bunch. The remastered added the ability to use multiple items, so I feel bad for you having to use items one at a time, because, you know, I've been there. So, like, you know, like when I use this, it gives me the option to use all 4 at once instead of using one at a time. Honestly, the difference between the remaster and the original game are very, I'm too fast with the menus. Very minimal. There's not a lot of differences between the two, to be honest. Ugh. So close. But I think, do I have regular magic weapon? No. Oh, right, I didn't have enough intelligence to talk to, Griggs. We could open this. Talk to our silver-speared friend. Sorry, I probably shouldn't be doing as much parrying as I am, just for demonstration. You can just, you know, block. It doesn't take that much stamina from you and hit, or get around and backstab. Coiled. Sunlight metals. Boop, boop. Silver Knight. The Silver Knights actually dropped a straight sword, which is also a good dexterity weapon. It's a straight sword, obviously. So it's similar to the long sword in moveset, but it just has better scaling with dexterity. That one's real. So, yeah, this is where Julia hit every chest except for the actual mimic. So, you know, coiled. Coiled. Coiled, coiled. Mysteriously separated from all the other chests. Straight. So here's a good, just literal side by side. So it's looped straight forward versus curved right around. And he drops the Occult Club, which isn't particularly useful, but I'll show you how it is useful, or how it can be. come back out here. So you can immediately do the stair skip and just oh, not up far enough. What am I doing? I jump right over to there and just run out. You don't have to do any of this, but you know, there's decent items in here and all that. So he won't aggro to you till you get pretty close, and there is an item over there. But if you go get that item, he'll walk, and he'll walk right up to you and trap you in that corridor fighting him. No. They also drop the spears too, which are pretty decent. Grab this. You can see the demon. You know, then there's this, and there's a super secret here. If you just come here and you two-hand, and then swing and backstep, nothing will happen. This room is empty. Chains forward. If you come back here, sometimes you can get them. It didn't work that time. Sometimes you can get them to push you up on the wall, and then you do a plunging attack, which deals more damage, you know. Just the little things. Get the coins. Straight. And gold coin. This is a shortcut, right? Yeah. Might as well kill him. Alright. Come in here. Two hand. Sometimes you can actually. No. Sometimes you can clip the knight through the wall. And he'll actually open the door. So, easiest way is to just roll that way when you walk through so he doesn't hit you. What the? What happened to there? Was I not holding up my shield? Just mind when you're backstabbing, some of the reason that you might have some trouble with it is that right after you let go of your shield, if you swing right after you let go of your shield, sometimes it doesn't register as a backstab. So just keep that in mind. You want to drop your shield, give it half a second, and then swing to do the backstab. Let me just heal up. That guy won't bother you. Just watch the archer and get close. Then he'll switch to his sword. They're dropping nothing. I mean, I suppose I could equip the ring. Well. What are you doing here? Whatever can be done.
Ah, definitely get started.
No, I was not, but apparently you were. Oh.
Quite will need enough.
Probably 5 people, yeah. Okay. There's a weird thing that happens sometimes in the game that I don't think happens in the remake, or whatever, remaster, but may happen in yours. There's this weird section in the middle of this room where sometimes your shield will be raised, but it won't act like it's raised. So just be aware of that. Just step forward enough to bait him and just bring him back. Just so you're not standing in the middle of the room. I don't have an explanation for it. Listen, this game's old. The fact that it still functions as well as it does is surprising. Whoopsie. I just decided I wanted to just have that attack as a treat. Oh. No drops. Coiled. Guard. Cool little concept art that they had for the game that they tossed in just, you know, for fun. Just cool. Nah. I don't know why I chose to do this the way that I chose to do it. I don't know. I don't know why I chose to walk all the way around again. I don't know what that was, but anyway, we'll go back to Sigmire and tell him, "Hey, I killed him.
What's on your way?
I did. Oh, I thank you. This is useless.
But we walk next time.
Okay. Good chat." Alright, and over here. So the Titanite Demons over there. Not really worth messing with. But we will come in here. This guy will come running towards you. It's probably best if you just keep your shield raised. Okay. Let him chase you all the way back. Just so you can fight him in this little open area here. Fighting him on those stairs and in that corridor is a good way to get stabbed to death. Oops. Oh, you... Yeah, just watch. He can still poke with that thing while he's got his shield raised, which is what he did to me. And watch that you're blocking when he attacks, because he can swing all the way around his body with that spear. So even if you think you're at a range of getting hit, if he's doing that arc, he can still hit you with it. Come here. This guy is really low aggro range. Oh. Coiled. And we get our Silver Knight armor, which is a pretty cool set. It's heavy though. But you are raising your endurance, so you might be able to wear some of it. Or maybe not. There we go. And so this is the shortcut that leads back here to the bonfire. So there's a bonfire here. Here's the staircase. There's the silver knight that'll run out from here. And here's the door. And then there'll be the one there and the one there. He has a really low aggro range, so you'll just need to worry about this one. And then you can come up the stairs. And it leads out to that walkway. Ta-da! Or you can do the stair jump. We'll come right around the outside. Around and around and around. We'll go in here. We'll go see a very dear friend. Hi. So first things first, I'm going to come around behind him and kind of squeeze my way through here. Thank you. This is mine. Thanks. Okay. So he can do the lightning enchantment and make boss weapons. So I can make the Chaos Blade, and you would be able to too at this stage, as long as you didn't eat Quailag's soul. Has good scaling. It still has that bleed effect, but it deals damage to you every time you hit with it. Which isn't ideal, but it is a pretty strong weapon. So, you know, it could be something that you would be interested in if you wanted to try it out. I wouldn't necessarily suggest replacing your Uchigatana with it, because that'll remove the Uchigatana and it'll turn it into the Chaos Blade. But you can always plus 10 another katana, or if there's another weapon you've been using that you like more, you might want to plus 10 the Uchigatana to make the Chaos Blade. So any weapon that you ascend to a boss weapon has to be fully, no, not fully, it has to be plus 10 before you can turn it into a boss weapon. So like I can turn this one into the boss weapon, and I can turn these into boss weapons. I don't have the soul of Gwendolyn or the soul of Manus yet, but I can make those because catalysts don't get upgraded. And then there's the demake. There's the demake option where I can strip these down. So that's what the Occult Club is good for. So I'm going to turn this into a Club plus 5, and I'm going to leave it there for now. Actually, I will also strip this lightning buff, or lightning as modification off the spear, and bring it down to a spear plus 10. And then you can see I can make the Moonlight Butterfly Horn, which is, kind of a fun weapon. It's a magic scaling weapon with low requirements, which is really good for a sorcerer. Yeah. And you can see the Dragon Slayer Spear with the Soul of Ornstein. Scales with Faith. Has good scaling in Dexterity though too. Obviously something that's worth trying out if you wanted to. The Spear plus 10 isn't really that big a deal. So it might be worth turning that into Ornstein Spear after you beat them. Trying that out a little bit. It's kind of fun. I like it. But yeah. So I still need large Titanite shards. I'm wondering if I should just buy them. How many can I get? 5. I still can't bring it all the way up if I do that. But you can always farm and then buy shards from him. He sells them for a good price. You can buy the shards from him to upgrade your weapon further, or upgrade like a secondary weapon further, things like that. He sells the halberd and the shield. He sells the moonlight arrows, which are kind of fun. They deal magic damage instead of physical. He also sells the Dragon Slayer arrows, which are cool, the great arrows. I'll show that bow and the giant's armor. And he's just a cool guy. He doesn't talk so good, but he forges good. But he'll help anytime. No one home. Everyone gone. I am friend. I will talk. You don't have to talk. We'll come out here. Kill these Batwings. Ow. You should fall. I said he should fall. Yeah, see ya. There's one guy here, it's the same thing. We'll just kind of hang out on the stairs. And he'll jump to his death. Wait, there's one here. No. And you can do the same thing here with this guy. Bye. Chunk. You still trying to get up out of there, huh? Oh, hi. Hey. So why'd you aggro to me? Rude. Okay, open this real quick and then roll out of the way. Come back up. There's an archer right there. Pull him back here a little bit. Ouch. Alright, so the easiest thing to do... Oh, you feel the black eye or quivering? Let him run up. And just jump down here. Run over to the corner. And open the door. And then we'll dip out. There's two giants, so mind that. We just run in the middle, you should be alright. Okie dokie. Back to Bonfire. And then that's enough for this. I am not fighting Ornstein and Smo like this. I am in no state to fight them. I am a mess. If I'm losing to Painting Guardians, there's no way I'm beating them. So I'll hit it again tomorrow. And I'll actually take them out. Alrighty. There's that. So now I can equip a catalyst in my offhand. Well, this is upsetting. There we go. Alright, so you have to have it in your offhand so that you can have your weapon and your catalyst out at the same time, and then you can cast it on your weapon. And it gives you a pretty nice boost. I don't know if it actually shows. One weapon, 410 damage. Oh, it does! 285. Yeah, so you can literally see the damage difference. It's going to deal magic damage in the split, but it is a nice little boost to your damage. Alright. Next time I'll struggle with Ornstein and Smell.